can't record in there.
I
don't know if you spoke with him, if he already told you that or
last
not.
time I was here, I got the judge's permission to, because this is a public place, and it says it's a public.
It's not a court of record, so you cannot record. That's the presiding judge that makes that decision.
Okay,
It's not
may I be allowed to speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to finish my sentence. So it says in there that this is a public place, and Supreme Court laws, which trump everything that happens in this courthouse, state that people have a right to film in public, and I don't want to film in public. I have been advised by my lawyers to record the audio of only my hearings in a public courtroom. Now, he's going to say I can't do that, but I'm going to get him on record saying that and report that to his higher authorities. You are not allowed in this country to set your own little individual rules courthouse by courthouse and say, even though this is public and anybody can just walk in here, you cannot record. That doesn't exist. I'll take it up with the judge, but I totally respect what you guys say. And if he ever says, hey, stop doing something or else I have to get the police involved, I want you two to know I immediately comply. That's zero problem.
Okay.
And anybody suggesting otherwise is just wrong.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
So
you're fine. I just want to let you know that, just because. But if you would humor us and actually ask the judge and he actually say that, you're actually able to. Other than that, you have other ears in here, but at the same time, you have other cases that are going on and others.
That's why I'm only doing mine.
There's their information.
Yeah.
So you cannot. You can't record people's names being called and all sorts of stuff, and a lot of that has to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't have anything written down in factual evidence, this is your opinion and your training.
Well, no, not my opinion. This is the judge. This is strictly the presiding judge that actually that makes that decision. That's all it is. I just want to let you know that.
Have a great day, guys. God bless.
Yeah, but once you get in and if you desire that you want to record because your attorneys actually said that, and then my best thing for you is to actually have your attorneys come with you when you.
They won't allow my attorneys to be here.
Yeah, they would. All of these gentlemen that are walking in.
I've already asked them. You don't understand. This has been going on for a year, and I've filed countless motions.
Okay.
There's federal lawyer I have who's licensed in all 50 states looking at this, and another case they're trying to do this.
And they won't allow a
They
federal
won't allow
lawyer in
me
here.
to have the assistance of counsel. They have not allowed me to enter a knowing and voluntary plea of guilty. They say on there you're supposed to schedule a pre-trial hearing. They didn't do that. They just went straight to trial. They're steamrolling me. They scheduled this on a day where I told them and they're aware I have another trial in St. Charles County at 1:30.
Yeah.
What judge schedules you a trial a month in advance while not giving you a lawyer? If you guys have any serious to the oath to protect and defend this Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, I am not your enemy. I simply want a lawyer and to enter a plea. And I've been doing this for 10 years on YouTube. And for the last 9, every single judge I come across cares about the lawyer and cares about the plea. And not a single judge has been able to enter on the record a plea of not guilty on my behalf because they have to care about it.
Okay.
Not here.
Okay.
And
Well,
so I'm reporting what they're doing.
Well, it's your right to be able to do so and such, but when you get up there, you're speaking with the judge, my suggestion to you is ask if you can actually record. He will actually then give you all can have the conversation you need to have. I just want to let you know.
Yeah, and just so you know, my last hearing was on June 16th, a month ago today. I did ask, and he said okay, and so I did.
Okay.
Now, if he says don't do it now today, that's different, and he has no written guidance. It's just his opinion, and because he has you guys to enforce his will, right? And it's because I put it on YouTube, and they know I put it on YouTube because I gave my YouTube to the motion, and they have it on the court record.
Okay.
So he probably looked it up and goes, oh my gosh, this guy did record me. He did expose the fact that I'm just steamrolling in with no regard whatsoever to these rights.
You can go through and you can find just.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. I'm scheduled on the trial hearing, and I'm just informing you all that I have motions entered that, one, replace this judge, because according to Missouri law, you can replace any judge one time, and I'm using that through that motion. And then the second one is that this wall says that before a trial is to be scheduled, a pre-trial hearing is to be scheduled. My judge went straight from arraignment to the schedule of this trial. And he did it knowing that I have a trial scheduled in St. Charles County at 1:30 today. So I've only had a month to prepare for this, and they've denied me the assistance of counsel, and I have this all recorded on YouTube, and I'm going to do it again. So my question is, can you communicate this to others so that he can call me up and say, you have used the Missouri law to replace me, and I don't have a choice in the matter, I have to do it. And I know this because I looked it up and I've already used it on another judge who did replace himself. So I want him to replace himself, and I want him to look at those motions and rule on them. He's probably not going to. But I most definitely want what it says on that TV, which is to reschedule for a pre-trial hearing and not go directly to trial that I am obviously not prepared for and stand here without the assistance of counsel. Joseph. Yeah. It would be such an easy thing to do to schedule me out another 2 months. It's just a vengeful act that he's doing right now because he doesn't like what I say to him in court. That's all it is. I'm as professional and polite and respectful as I possibly can be. Okay, I appreciate your efforts. I will wait here. Okay. Right to request a different judge right there. For any reason, within 10 days after you enter your initial plea. It says you may request a change of judge for any reason within 10 days after you enter your initial plea. It is past the 10 days. If it is past the 10 days, then you must show cause why the judge should be changed. Of course, that's all up to him or her. In addition, the judge may decide he or she cannot hear the case if they have conflict of interest. In the case where the judge will appear as the prosecuting attorney in a neighboring county where the prosecuting attorney will serve as judge. They don't even try to hide it, that they're all on the same side. That's hilarious.
Before trial at all, or did you just want to proceed with the trial? I don't think you and I have spoken at all.
No. I want to go home. I don't want to be, I'm under duress and threats of violence, and everybody knows that. I don't want to be here if you're asking me what I want. I want the charges to be dismissed, especially because the blatant abuses of this judge that have been going on against this case for a year now have been reported formally to the State Commission on Judicial Conduct, have been put on YouTube. This is a public space, and it is an audio-only recording of my hearing. I've been doing this for 10 years, sir. I'm 8-0 undefeated. These charges aren't going to stick. If you want to go to trial and try to make it happen, by all means, please do. That sign right there says I have a right to a pretrial hearing before the trial is scheduled. This judge is so corrupt that he doesn't care about anything. He can do whatever he wants and get away with it. He went straight from an arraignment to this scheduled trial without a pretrial. I have scheduled 4 motions. They're on CaseNet, on the record for this trial. I anticipate them to be dealt with and approved or granted or denied, and if denied, on what grounds. This is all going to be on the record. All of it's going to the public. I am a member of a massive YouTube that's affectionately known as LawTube, and we do exactly this. We go into courtrooms and get judges abusing their power. He has not allowed me assistance of counsel the first time in 10 years of doing this. This judge and one other that I'm seeing at 1:30 today for another trial are the only ones I've ever come across or heard of in helping hundreds of people in the Western English-speaking world that don't care about the plea and don't care about the lawyer.
So you didn't want to talk to me before we go to the trial?
I don't want to talk to anybody who participates in this and doesn't do what their job title requires them to do to check a judge when they're abusing their power so blatantly.
So the reason I asked you on the talk
Yeah.
was to essentially kind of have that pre-trial opportunity to discuss your case to see if something could be resolved short of going to a trial. If you want to do that, I'm happy to have that conversation with you, and we can proceed with the trial.
I hear what you're saying. I appreciate your words. I have filed, one of the motions was to replace this judge with a brand new one, and I've used the Missouri law that allows that, and that's written out there on the documentation on the wall that everybody can do that, and they don't have to have a reason that the judge approves of. So that's the first order of business. If they won't dismiss it in accordance with my motion to dismiss, which I presume they won't, obviously, that again, they do whatever they want, then I'm going to have him get rid of him as the judge in this case and assign me another one.
Okay.
That is the first order of
So you
business.
want to deal with those before anything else?
I am always more than willing to listen to anything that a prosecutor has to say, but as far as me contributing to the conversation, that's unlikely.
The only one that I would say here, at least on one of these violations on the plates, there's body cam footage where you admitted to switching the plates, and you said, go ahead and give me that ticket, I'll pay it.
Switching plates, sir, you're implying that I've committed some kind of fraud in it.
We'll go through
Sir, are you
I'm
gonna-
not going to go back and forth with you on this.
Are you going to
watch
treat me
the
like
video
a
if
human?
you want to- Sir, I've
Are you
been
going to
sued
let?
and
You don't
said
get to
you would not.
interrupt me. You can talk to me, and we can have a civil conversation, but you are not the boss of me, sir. Don't try to bully me. I can't be bullied. You guys need to figure that out. All I have there, trust me. He needs to act like a professional and conduct himself as a professional.
We are in court.
As a professional is all I ask. I am acting as a professional.
We are in court.
And he can't raise his voice and cut me off and try and dominate me. These proceedings are being viewed by federal lawyers investigating legalized crimes that have been committed here.
If you need to take a break and go out there.
I don't need to take a break. I'm not emotional. I'm perfectly...
We are in court.
Well, the judge isn't here, but I'm perfectly calm.
Okay. That's all we ask.
Okay.
That's all we ask.
Legalized extortion racket over nonviolent, victimless criminal charges. Coercive threats of violence against vulnerable, defenseless people. Oh, all you got to do is tell me that's not wanted behavior. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, sir, please just inform me of your... I agree with you.
We're not doing it, but if you want to step out, you want to talk to yourself, you can go out there and talk to yourself.
I agree. I will. I will. I just ask you...
There's nothing you need to ask. I explained to you, we're not doing that.
You didn't let your will known to me.
No.
Just make your will known to me.
Yourself, you can go outside and talk to yourself.
I won't do that anymore.
Talk to yourself in here.
I won't do that.
Okay.
Even though you have nothing written down to enforce that. No legislator wrote that down. It's the gun on your hip that is why you can do that.
To leave until your name's called if you want me to do that.
I don't want you to do that.
Okay. So you can just sit here and we'll wait until the judge comes back into the room, okay?
Okay, just tell people you don't want them to talk before you threaten them. And then I would talk.
Talking to court staff or an attorney, you shouldn't be talking to the court.
That's what that's a conclusion I came to too, sir. Change my mind based on what's happening in there. I would like to leave right now with my freedom and be marked as I came here so that I don't get a bench warrant arrest. And they can go ahead and do whatever they want with that trial. I've already got a motion in that is in line with what's stated right there on my right to change out the judge. And so I would like that to happen. But because they are always putting me at the end so that no one else can see it and hear it, it's no longer a public hearing. It's now a private hearing. They can tell me you can't record, and then they can do whatever they want. They may have a plan to arrest me on some nonsense charge, and that wouldn't be out of the realm of likely possibility. So because I fear that possibility, and this is all over rinky-dink traffic nonsense, I would like to leave right now and be guaranteed that I'm not going to get a bench trial, and they can do whatever they want to do in my absence.
I don't know anything about your case, sir.
I understand.
So
Can you communicate that desire?
it all needs to be handled in court.
So that there's...
If you want to leave, you're...
Well, I can't leave unless I get the permission, although send an armed man with a gun after me.
Unfortunately, a lot of that is going to happen.
I understand what you're saying. Is there anyone other behind this desk anywhere that can communicate this information to the administration?
Well, the judge is in the courtroom.
Yeah. So, what I mean is just let somebody know, and then as soon as the judge is done, you know how they go whisper in their ear? That type of thing.
I can't believe
Okay. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Okay. I'd like the recorded audio of my own trial, please. Last time it was approved by you a month ago, now you're denying it?
Yeah, this is a court non-record. It's not a decision.
I'd like to leave right now with my freedom and have you guys rule this trial in my absence, and I'd like to be guaranteed that you won't...
Do you have a position?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure that the motion motions have been properly noted, Scott. So
Objection, point of clarification. I spoke, I'd like to be treated like a human being with dignity. I would like to leave with my freedom effective right now. And I give you permission to rule in my absence. I am fearful that you're going to arrest me and make up charges. There have been massive...
Nobody's going to arrest you. Here's the deal.
I'd like to leave right now with my freedom and not be threatened with an arrest warrant, please.
Strike or dismiss complaint.
On what grounds? Objection, point of clarification. On what grounds are you putting on the record? I'm going to leave with my freedom. I'm going to leave right now with my freedom.
I'm ready to proceed.
Okay. May I get a response from... None of this is being recorded. None of this is being recorded, so you're going to be able to do whatever you want. May I please leave with my freedom and be guaranteed that...
There'll be a warning.
Okay, I can't leave then because... So I'm stating that you have a plan to arrest me right here, right now, and take me into custody. I'm stating that for the record. There is a record. Go ahead.
City calls Officer Tanner McMillan with the City of Old Town.
Objection, point of clarification. May I ever be allowed to challenge the jurisdiction of this court like you said I'd be able to at trial? I would like to not be present for this testimony. May I do so without being threatened with an arrest warrant? Yes or no?
You may proceed.
Officer, and Mr. McMillan, how are you employed? And Officer McMillan, were you duly employed and sworn as an officer in July 2024? And were you working on that day? Okay, and what was your patrol, what was your service on that day at that time?
Special operations division, traffic stops.
And was this in the area of the Surrey Highway K and Veterans Memorial Park? Approximately 11, 12 p.m., did you have a reason to come into contact with the defendant here, Mr. Joseph Pierce?
I did.
And why did you come into contact with him?
As the brake lights went out,
Okay.
conducted a traffic stop.
Okay. And upon conducting the traffic stop, you approached the vehicle?
Objection. Someone in the court's going to listen to me say objection and respond?
What's the judge?
Is that a yes? I am now a human and I am, you all can see me and hear me, I'm not a ghost?
What's the objection?
I'm sorry, I forgot it. I'm in such shock that I'm actually being treated like a human. My objection is, are you going to allow the witness to testify when I have not even entered a plea in this case yet?
Overruled.
I have another objection about this. Are you going to allow this? Objection, point of clarification. Are you not going to allow me to ever object again during this hearing? Okay, then I object right now, and I would like to object to the fact that I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court. The police on the stand is functioning as a member who is enforcing this jurisdiction of this court. Therefore, the witness is testifying to facts without evidence that this court has jurisdiction to impose upon me in the first place, and I've said this countless times over the last years that this court has been going on and proceeding in the exact same manner that it's doing right now, which is not allowing me to speak, running me over, pretending I don't speak at all, interrupting me, and preventing me from defending myself whatsoever. Federal lies are on this case. I know you don't think that makes any sense and that I'm crazy, but they are. A full-length feature documentary is being made about this case, and I know you think that's crazy, but we're going to proceed anyway. I would like to leave here with my freedom. I would like you to rule in my absence and believe me guilty, because this is self-evidently,
Your Honor,
obviously going to be ruled against
you. Motions at this point, which have already been ruled on. Officer, just to clarify, your performance of your duties, you observed Mr. Pierce operating a vehicle with all within the city roadways of the city of Old Town, correct?
Correct.
And you conducted that traffic stop and you approached him. Did you inform him of why you pulled him over? Okay, and then after informing him, what did you do next?
Also informed them the records check on the license plate showed they were expired, despite they had the current expiration stickers on them.
Okay, and did you have a conversation with him about that?
I did. I presented that issue to him. He advised that he switched those tabs from a different vehicle, taken from, I believe it was placed in employment, OER or scrapyard or something like that. front license plate so that he could just have one expiration tab and put it on the back license plate.
Okay. And during this stop, is your conversation recorded through any means?
Okay.
So you have body cam footage of this stop and this interaction with the defendant?
Objection, point of clarification. I would like to leave right now with my freedom, knowing that you're going to issue a arrest warrant against me as if I wasn't here. May I be allowed to leave here without your armed men following me home?
Nobody's preventing you from leaving. You're saying it's important.
That's fine. That's fine. But I can leave here right now with my freedom and you won't follow me home?
Nobody's following you. We're having a trial right now.
So I can leave and you won't follow me home. Is that true?
I'm sitting here. I've got work to do. I'm not following you.
Okay, then I'm going.
If you leave, there'll be a warrant issued for your arrest.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to turn myself in. I'm going to turn myself in.
I have no problem.
Okay.
It is your choice
Uh-huh.
to do whatever you want to do. There's nobody holding you or velcro.
I am under duress, threatened with coercive threats of violence.
There'll be a warrant issued.
Okay.
And I cannot promise you won't be sitting here waiting for the next court date. So do whatever you think you need to do, but
Okay.
we're in the middle of the trial.
That's fine. I want to leave with my freedom.
Stop talking and let us